Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Joshua de la Victoria, and I am a guitarist based in Southern California. I've been using my Quad Cortex for maybe 2 years now-ish, I think. I'd have to look back on that. I kind of forget. Anyways, the entire time I have not captured any amps because, I don't know, I'm the kind of person where I find one amp model or sound that I like and I just use it for everything. I kind of don't mess around with it too much. I don't know, recently I got the itch to capture some of my amps. And so I started that process with my Mesa Boogie Fillmore 50. And I was just kind of like amazed at how easy it was and how good it sounded. And I was kind of just like, okay, I should make a video about this. And also I wanted to give away the captures for anyone who has a Quad Cortex. So this video is kind of going to be me capturing a couple of my amps and kind of going through the process and then doing some tone comparisons, some guitar playing. I know this video has been done a million times by a bunch of different people, but I don't know, I kind of want to do it with the amps that I have and kind of my setup and my sound. So yeah, so this video is going to be me going through that process, and I hope you guys enjoy the video and enjoy the guitar playing. So this is the first amp that I wanted to capture that I have not captured yet. So this is my Fender Deluxe Reverb Silverface that is like an original one from the 70s. It's a very cool amp. I used to take this on gigs, which I really don't do anymore because it's proven to be a little bit unreliable. So I think capturing it would be really cool so I don't have to actually use this amp. The amp itself sounds awesome. I haven't made any changes to the speaker. The tubes have been changed, of course, and then some of the internals had to be fixed over the years. I've actually in the past had a lot of issues with this amp, so I think capturing it and then not having to use it anymore unless I want to for recordings would be really cool. And then also to share it with the world would be very cool. So I'm gonna mic this up right now, and then I can show you some tones, kind of how it sounds, and then we will go through the capturing process. So the guitar I'm going to be using to demo all these amps is my Abasi Space T, which is a beautifully made boutique T-style guitar. The pickups that I'm using is, it comes with the Fishman Greg Koch signature pickups, which are very nice. The mic that I'm going to be using for all these captures and for all the audio that you guys are hearing is the Sennheiser E906, which is just like an awesome guitar-specific dynamic mic. I use this and kind of like an SM57 interchangeably, but I don't know. I feel like I prefer this one, and then also if I don't have a mic stand, I can just throw it over my amp and the cable will hold it, and I don't have to worry about the mic having to face the right way because it's just hanging. Awesome, awesome guitar mic, and here we go. Let's get some tones. So it's a very, very Fender sounding amp. I really enjoy the sound of it. It doesn't work for everything, which is why I ended up getting my Mesa Boogie, and that's why I use kind of that amp the most. This amp does a very, very cool Fender thing. And then it's vintage, so that just makes everything cooler, right? So this is my next amp. This huge big boy is my Fender Twin Reverb Blackface, which this one is a reissue of the original Blackface amps. I think they're making the 60s, something like that. I don't know. This one specifically was made in the 90s. Just a quick backstory with this one. I dropped it once and it completely fell apart. And so it is glued back together and it has not fallen apart since, but like the edges here are like all falling apart and like, I don't know. I think it gives it some character. It's kind of cool. The amp still sounds great, works perfect. Here is what this amp sounds like. You'll notice it has way more headroom than my Fender Deluxe, which is kind of like, I don't know, the selling point of this amp is that it just has like infinite headroom, so you can throw as much overdrive and as much gain as you want at this guy, and it's never going to get that amp distortion, so it's just like ultra clean all the time, which is very interesting. So here's what it sounds like. This amp's cool. I think I prefer the Deluxe usually, but if you want like a super clean funk kind of amp, R&B kind of amp, I think this is really the perfect guy. The main issue that I have with it is that it's huge and very heavy. So I don't like bringing it places. So I think having it captured in my quad will be very nice if I ever want that sound and I don't want to carry this freaking like 80-pound amp. So let's capture this guy. So the next amp that I'm going to capture is my Mesa Boogie Fillmore 50, which is my newest and my main amp. I've had it for maybe, I don't know, 5 months, maybe 6 months. I've already captured the main settings that I use on this amp, so I think this time I'm going to capture the heavier setting, the highest gain drive on this amp, which is also very nice, and it sounds like this. And lastly, because I thought it'd be kind of funny and sound really dumb, I'm going to capture this tiny little toy Marshall amp that I have that's like battery powered. It sounds absolutely horrible. You know, it's not like the new like positive grid tiny amps or anything like that where they actually can sound kind of good. No, this thing is the worst sounding thing I've ever played. But I'm gonna capture it because I think it looks funny. So this is what this sounds like mic'd up. I have never mic'd this up, so I'm very interested in how dumb this is gonna sound. But here we go. All right, cool. So I have my Quad Cortex right in front of me on my desk. They make the capture process extremely easy, but I'll still kind of go through exactly how it's done. I'm only gonna do it for the first amp, and then I'm just gonna do the rest of it off camera, because it's the same process over and over. It's very easy to understand, and it's kind of monotonous, so you just keep doing it over and over. So anyways, you have to start from a patch that you have. It doesn't matter what the patch is. This is just where you can access the feature to capture something. So you could be in any patch, it doesn't matter. So you want to tap on the top right on these 3 dots, and then you're going to scroll to the bottom where it says new neural capture, and tap that, and it's going to walk you through exactly what you need to do. So it's telling me I need to first plug in my instrument into input 1. So I have my instrument cable that's going to go to my guitar. I'm going to plug it into 1, hit next. So now you're going to connect to some kind of monitoring. You can use the XLR outputs, you can use headphone outs, or you can use the TRS outputs. I'm going to use the TRS outputs, and I have those cables right here. So for me, these plug into my interface. And hit next. Okay, capture out into the input of the target device. So at this point, I'm going to get a cable and connect this to my amp, which I need to grab a cable. So I have this cable, which is going to go to my amp, and I'm going to plug it into the capture out, which is a dedicated output on the quad. Okay, hit next. And then now I'm going to plug in my mic. So I have this XLR. I'm going to plug it into input 2. Next. And that's pretty much it. So I need to make sure that input 2 is going to be mic, and then input 1 is an instrument. And then I tend to turn my input to the mic up quite a bit. I found that a lot of the captures that are on the Quad Cortex that other people make, they're just way too quiet. So I gain it up quite a bit till it's not clipping, but it's pretty loud. And then you just press start capture, and it's gonna play a bunch of really annoying noises to your amp, and then you'll have the amp captured. So I'm gonna do that for all 3 amps. I'll be back when I'm done. thank you guys for watching this YouTube video. I hope you had a good time, because I definitely did. I love guitar tones and I love playing guitar, so all this kind of stuff is very in my realm, I guess. You can find me on Instagram at Josh Dela, and my website is joshuadelavictoria.com. Let me know what you guys think about the Quad Cortex and the whole capture process. Do you think it's easy? Like, have you done it? What's your favorite capture so far? Let me know in the comments, and I'll try to go through them and reply to a few of them. But anyways, have a nice day.